Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a rut no matter how hard you try to change? Well, today we're diving into a book from way back in 1960 that might just hold the key. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and it's built on one wild idea, that your mind has a secret, built-in guidance system, and you're the one telling it where to go.
I mean, look at this thing. It's a classic for a reason. Sold over 1 million copies promising a new way to get more living out of life. But here's the kicker. This whole revolutionary idea about the mind, it didn't come from a psychologist's office. Nope, it came from a plastic surgeon. You see, Dr. Maxwell Maltz was a really good plastic surgeon, but he kept running into this mystery. He'd perform a perfect operation, give someone a new nose or fix a scar, and boom, their whole life would change. But then there were others. He'd do the exact same perfect job, and nothing. They were just as unhappy as before. And it drove him crazy, leading him to ask this one simple but profound question. Why? Why would a new face not create a new life? And that question led him to his first huge discovery. He realized the problem wasn't the face he could see in the mirror. It was something deeper, something invisible, the power of the self-image. It was a real light bulb moment for him. He actually wrote that he learned more from his failures than from his successes. He figured out that you can fix a physical flaw, but if the person's internal picture of themselves, their self-image, is still scarred, then nothing really changes. The outside fix just doesn't stick if the inside blueprint is still broken. Maltz knew the power of his work. He said, when you change a man's face, you almost invariably change his future. And for the most part, that was true. But it was those exceptions, right? The people who didn't change. They were the real puzzle. And trying to solve it pushed him to look way beyond medicine and into this brand new field of science called cybernetics. Okay, and this is where things get really, really cool. Maltz starts connecting the dots between how machines achieve goals and how the human mind works. This blend of psychology and technology was the birth of Psycho-Cybernetics. So what is Psycho-Cybernetics? He basically defined it as the science of steering your mind. Think of it like a guided missile locking onto a target and finding its way there, no matter what. Maltz believed our brains are the most sophisticated guidance systems on the planet, literally built for success. And the comparison is shockingly simple. A machine, say a torpedo, needs a target, a propulsion system to get it moving, and sensors to get feedback from its environment. Well, guess what? We have the exact same setup. We have a goal we choose, our desire is the engine pushing us forward, and our entire nervous system is our feedback mechanism. So how does this incredible system actually stay on course? It uses something called negative feedback. Now that sounds bad, but it's not criticism. It's just information about what's not working. Think about reaching for your coffee cup. You don't consciously calculate the distance, right? Your brain is getting a constant stream of feedback about how far off your hand is and making a million tiny automatic corrections until you grab it. It works by constantly messing up and correcting, just like that torpedo zigzagging its way to the target. It's designed to correct errors. All right, so we've got this amazing automatic success mechanism built right in. How in the world do we program it? This is the core of Maltz's discovery, and it all comes down to a bizarre quirk of our nervous system. It literally cannot tell the difference between a real, actual experience and one that you just vividly imagine. And no, this is not just some feel-good idea. Check this out. Maltz talked about a study on basketball players making free throws. Group 1 practiced every day for a month and improved by 24%. Totally makes sense. Group 2 didn't practice at all, and no surprise, they didn't improve. But look at Group 3. This is insane. They didn't touch a basketball. They only practiced in their minds, imagining sinking every shot. And their improvement? 23%. Almost identical to the guys who are out there sweating on the court. Let that sink in for a second. Mental practice is just about as good as physical practice. Why? Because as far as your nervous system is concerned, it is real practice. When you vividly and repeatedly imagine a successful outcome, you are literally feeding your automatic guidance system the data it needs to make that success happen in the real world. You're creating a memory of a future event. So if we all have this incredible success mechanism, why aren't we all just crushing it all the time? Why do we get so stuck? Well, Maltz had an answer for that too. It's because we also have an equally powerful failure mechanism. Think of it like 2 different programs running in your head. The success mechanism is all about the future. It looks at a goal, uses mistakes as feedback to get closer, and then it forgets the mistake and moves on. The The failure mechanism, on the other hand, is obsessed with the past. It dwells on every single mistake, replaying them over and over. And when you do that, you're actually programming your guidance system to hit a new target, more failure. Maltz put it perfectly. He said, "The unhappiest of mortals is that man who insists upon reliving the past over and over in imagination." This isn't just about feeling nostalgic or a little down, it's an active process. It's a form of negative mental practice. You are literally rehearsing failure, training your brain and your body to expect it and to create more of it. Now, this all might sound a little scary, like we're just robots running a program, but here is the most empowering part of the whole idea. You are the operator. You are the one sitting at the controls of this entire system. So how do you actually use this? It's really a three-step process. First, you have to use your conscious mind to decide what you actually want. You have to give the missile a target. Second, use your imagination to paint a super vivid, detailed picture of that successful outcome. Feel it, see it, live it in your mind. And third, and this might be the hardest part, you just have to relax and trust your automatic success mechanism to do its job and guide you there. And that really brings us to the biggest takeaway here. This system, this psycho-cybernetic machine inside you, it doesn't have an off switch. It is always on, always working, always steering you towards whatever target you've given it, whether you gave it that target on purpose or by accident. So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Your guidance system is running right now. What target have you given it today?